one day the biggest brand in the world will collaborate with us. For example, McDonald's or Nestle, all these big brands. He just had this 6 ape in his OpenSea wallet. So in front of me, he sold one of his Bored Ape at 11 ETH, and he bought a big Pudgy at 9 ETH. We did sell tens of millions of toys already. Walmart, Target, Walgreens, Toys R Us. We're gonna be in Malaysia, Vietnam, Korea, Japan, and maybe India as well for the first time this year.
So what is your hottest take right now in the Web3 space?
I think the move to launch a token is necessary, right? If you really want to hit mainstream adoption.
So let's talk about the PENGU token, right? Because there has been some controversies, not necessarily about PENGU, but about in general NFT projects like launching tokens, because it's like, is that making the NFT less valuable, for example? So how would you answer that question? And if I have 10 grand to spend, do I buy a Pudgy or do I buy, I think it's more than that now, but do I buy PENGU? Or would you say that PENGU actually gives you a chance to be in the ecosystem because you can't afford to buy a whole Pudgy, so it's that gives you access? What do you
there's
think?
Multiple explanation. I think you hit. I don't know, when last year when a Pudgy is worth like 40 grand or 50 grand.
What is it now? What is the floor for Pudgy?
20K.
Yeah.
So I think if I think not a lot of people can even afford 5 grand.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a lot of money. Yeah.
So if we don't launch a token, our loyal base would be capped at what the NFT supply is, right? I think launching the token, you give an asset where people can, with $50, you can own one and can be part of the huddle. I think it's more inclusive. Would it dilute the NFT? I don't think so, because I think it's just two different crowd, right? In fact, I think it will make, as long Pudgy Penguins brand, right, the intangible brand is getting stronger by the day, people want to own the Genesis collection, right? So in fact, I think it actually will make the NFT more valuable, because I don't think we hit, if you tell me that the entire market of the peak market size of Pudgy Penguin is only 100,000 people, I really doubt so, right? If we are hitting almost 1 billion views impression per day, the ceiling is way higher than 100,000 holders. I think we could hit millions, if not, hopefully one day, 1 billion holders, right? We have 8 billion people in the world. And if people can buy an average $10 to $50 worth of PENGU and be part of the huddle, it's a long way to go. But I think the move to launch a token is necessary, right? If you really want to hit mainstream adoption.
So obviously going back to the NFT cycle, obviously Bored Ape Yacht Club took over and were just absolutely killing it, and there was cost a fortune what they were doing to buy in, and it's really, I don't want to say it's died, it hasn't died, but it's died off. As Pudgy Penguins, how do you look at what's happened to Bored Ape and learn from some mistakes of the previous NFT collections?
I think in the Pudgy, we always tell the community that we will never dilute their NFT collection. So meaning to say we will not launch another new NFT collection.
Yeah.
I think that's the big fundamental point that we have to always stay true.
You had Lil Pudgies, right?
Sorry?
These Lil Pudgies as well.
Yeah, so we have the big Pudgy, and the Lil Pudgy, and the Rocks, right? So we have 3 collection. And I think, I think during the 2021 project cohort, that most of the project, they just launch another collection, right? Just to grab whatever capital that's speculating. And I think fundamentally we will not do that. That's number one. And number 2 is that I think Bored Ape Yacht Club, I know so many people got in because the celebrities got in. And that actually marks the top of the market, I think. Right? Because just 2 weeks ago, I was in Singapore at a meeting a Bitcoin whale. He actually had 6 Bored Ape that he bought at 160 ETH. And he's a Bitcoin whale, but he had this, he just had this 6 ape in his OpenSea wallet doing nothing. So in front of me, he sold one of his Bored Ape at 11 ETH, and he bought a big Pudgy at 9 ETH, right in front of me, right? So I believe that, the community part is the most important part in this movement, right? Especially in Web3. Pudgy, we never stop building. If you look at our event calendar for last year, we were in New York, we were in KBW, in Singapore, in Malaysia, in Bali, in Japan, right? This year, like you mentioned about Asia tour, we're going to be in Malaysia, Vietnam, Korea, Japan, right? And maybe India as well for the first time this year. So as long we keep showing up, we keep penetrating different verticals, whether it's events or games or whatever distribution channel it is. People, if you're a holder, you will feel that, wow, right? This team is like working so hard for our back. They are building something bigger than all of us here. I think you will sleep at night holding a Pudgy.
Or Pengu. I mean, like, obviously, when a new token comes out, you get a lot of people selling into it, and I think the price tanked. But I was saying to my friends, team, whatever, I was like, I have no qualms buying Pengu. Like, it's like Luca is literally probably one of the hardest working and, but you said public facing CEOs like in the whole industry. And again, the connections. Also, as Pudgy, I think your positioning is really interesting because you're not really competing with, like, a lot of companies or projects would love to collaborate with you guys because you kind of emphasize the Web3 culture. So, like, it gives them credibility, but they can also drive users to you, let's say traders and things like that, and then you drive different. And it's like, it's very rare that you're competing with their business models. You're always just like a complementary, significant add-on. I think that obviously drives a lot of value to them and to you guys.
Yeah.
I do speak about AI a lot on my channel, so I'll quickly tap into that. Like, I've seen a few different activations that you guys are doing with AI agents and AI, but like, what are the plans for, like, is there a specific strategy for AI agents or, DeFi, DeFi, like, for Pudgy at the moment?
Well, I think there's a lot of experiment happening internally, right? I think our dev team, it's building some AI agent, but we haven't really released all this yet. We whatever we do, want to be very super thoughtful, like, what's the clever way of doing it? We don't want to be a follower. Yeah. Like, we have to launch something and be a leader in it. So, I think right now, some things that is public facing is, of course, image generation, right? Like, the community can now prompt Pudgy images, right? That is approved and vetted by our team already. So, so then the community can just prompt a lot of visuals and image with our Pudgy IP in Discord and in Telegram, But, when it comes to AI agent, it's a bit more, we have to be more careful, right? Because at the end of the day, Pudgy Penguin is a brand that one day the biggest brand in the world will collaborate with us. Like, for example, McDonald's or Nestle, all these big brands. We don't want, like, whatever we do in the AI agent space to, cause some drama or risk, right?
You don't want some degen agent hallucinating and saying a bunch of,
exactly, right? So we are not in a super big rush. It's fine to let the market experiment, and we will study it, and then we will be super thoughtful when we release something. That's really our stance here. Right now, I think the whole Pudgy ecosystem is focusing on keeping proliferating the IP. And also, we have Abstract as well, our layer 2. Of course, yeah. And that's really to drive the consumer revolution. How can we build something beyond the IP as well? How can we build a distribution channel that the top consumer founders will call it a home, right? I think right now we are the third most profitable EVM behind Base and Arbitrum, and we are only like 5 months in. So I think there's so much going on, Erhan. There's so much going on, and hopefully the token or the NFT will be the heart of it that will accrue all this value.
So, what is your hottest take right now in the Web3 space? Like, if you have a controversial opinion.
Not too long ago, right? Last year, we had this super cycle, the meme coin super cycle. Mm-hmm. I was talking to someone just now, is that if you look at DeFi summer, right? A lot of the ETH mega whales, they got super rich from, of course, the ETH ICO and also DeFi summer and stuff like that. And, when they have wealth on chain, they will park their wealth on chain comfortably in ETH, and they will basically invest or stake at the newest protocol on the chain. But if you look at meme coin super cycle, right, like you basically have kids making millions, but would they store their wealth in Sol? Would they fund innovation? I don't really see that. Maybe they are. I don't know. I think to me is that it seems to me that the industry is like regressing, right? Like we are not improving. So, which is why I think projects like Abstract or even Pudgy is super important, because we are building the right way. I hope to see we have more consumer founders coming up, because if you look at it, there's this current narrative on, like the micro strategy of the world, right? I think there's like 60 companies doing a Bitcoin treasury structure, and you're getting interest from government and corporates. But once those people are in, right? Once institutions are in, lock in, then only your retail, right, market who still hold a lot of the capital will come in. They won't come in because of Solana or meme coin. I don't think so. I think the big money will come in when the governments are in, right? Their listed company that they've been investing in the stock market are in. Then they will come in, right? So when they come in, we need more consumer application. We really need that, right? We cannot afford them to come and degen another meme coin. Then they will come and they will leave. So I think as far as the crypto market grow because of the meme coin super cycle, but I don't really like that. I hope that we can have better meme. I think for us is that how can we be a culture coin, right? How can we be part of anything that's valuable when it comes to culture and retail and consumer? I think we still have a whole lot more to do, right? Like I want to see, people who've been building Web2 consumer apps migrate over to crypto, and they see the value of crypto as a much borderless kind of opportunity, right? It's cheaper and you can tap into a market beyond your own country. So I don't know, I think we are, I got a feeling that as long in the Igloo ecosystem, we do what we do in Abstract and Pudgy, we will see a renaissance in a consumer revolution here.
Amazing. Well, look, thanks so much for joining me. What would be your message to Pudgy and PENGU holders today?
Oh, I think our loyalty starts and ends with the community, right? So like what I said in the beginning of the podcast is that at least in Asia, we owe it to the community. Like a lot of people are doing their own initiative at the name of Pudgy, and we want to encourage that, right? Pudgy Penguin is not Luca or Aaron or Cheryl or Verdon or Lorenzo, right? Pudgy Penguins really is the hive of the network, right? I think this is really crypto at its core, right? It's social consensus, right? Everyone plays a part in this picture. And I want to see more of the penguins. If you have a product idea, if you want to host a meetup, or if you want to create content, go do it, right? Go do it, because the more you do it, the more we will prosper. And I want you to know that we are not doing it for our backs. Yeah? We are doing it really for the industry, because we are the face of crypto, and crypto has had a bad rap for the last 10 years, right? And I hope that this penguin will be the character that changed people's perception that actually crypto can be fun, right? Can be trustworthy, can be mainstream, right? It's not just a niche industry.
You just made me think of like every toy is like a deep in like decentralized physical, but instead of infrastructure, it's like the culture. So like maybe we set a new word here on the channel. It's like a cultural deep in movement. Every one of these is a node kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If you bought this toy in your local toy shelf, scan the QR code, it'll bring you to this seamless, user-friendly onboarding flow to crypto, right?
Love it.
If we can really master that onboarding flow, right, the world is our oyster. Right?
How many of these exist? Do you know?
This is not many. This is we are not selling this anywhere.
Oh,
but when it comes
exclusive, guys.
Yeah.
Money can't buy it. Literally.
Yes, we're giving it to like core contributor of the ecosystem and guests like you guys as well. But we did sell tens of millions of toys already. Walmart, Target, Walgreens, Toys R Us, and we have a new toy series coming up soon as well. So we're gonna keep hustling and keep building just to make crypto super cool again and super trustworthy again.
That's good, guys. Well, look, I'm looking forward to tonight. We've got Blockdown Festival with Pudgy Penguins, guys. We have Pudgy literally performing with a 15-meter screen. I think it's the biggest screen that Pudgy has ever been performed on, right? I think you've never had a screen that big. So I'm sure you can send that back to HQ. I'm sure Luca will be impressed. But no, it's great to obviously have you as a partner, guys. So look, that's all we've got time for, I think. Thanks so much for joining me, Aaron. Thanks for joining me for Istanbul Blockchain Week. I can't wait to see the Pudgy activation tonight. And guys, that's all we've got time for today. If you've got any questions for Aaron, you want to get involved in Pudgy Penguins, where do they find you?
In X. So it's Aaron Teng. That's my name. Just follow me on X, give me a DM, and then we'll talk there.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us today. We'll see you again next time. Take care.
shit again. Tell them that you like that. Like DJ turn it up, better DJ bring it back. Tell them DJ turn it up, better DJ bring it back. Tell them DJ turn it up, better DJ bring it back. Tell them better shit again. Tell them DJ turn it up, better DJ bring it back. Tell them DJ turn it up, better DJ bring it back. Tell them DJ turn it up, better DJ bring it back. Tell them better shit again. Tell them that you like that. Like DJ turn it, 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 DJ
chillin' with the Pudgy Penguins. I'm so high, fun's never ending. OG Penguins, Lil Pudgies too. Who got the rocks for the crew?